I may not resonate with this person in human form, and that's okay, but I am one with this person. This person is just as much part of this divine relationship as me, and so I had some conversation in my head until this energy transferred to, okay, accept. And I had to remind myself. So in that challenging moment, it wouldn't let me go, and I decided to just say, okay, and go into it. That's what I mean. Whatever the challenging thing is at the moment, we have that opportunity to stop and ask, what's the gift? What's this for? What's this trying to tell me? For me, in this case, it was, this person is one with me. This person is one with the source, just as I am. There is no separation here. There is only oneness. So we learn, we use our tools. We learn first in an intellectual way the truth of our oneness. And then we practice. We practice by our affirmations and our prayer treatment and our meditations and remembering again. We practice and we practice and we practice. What we're doing really is we're training ourselves. We're training our minds to remember our source. We're training our minds to remember that we have these tools that right where we are, that is. We're training ourselves. And we're practicing, and we're doing the best we can, and then pretty soon we start to believe it. Okay, I'm doing these affirmations long enough that now I'm actually starting to believe this. What we notice is when we start to believe it, it actually starts to come true. We start to align with those ideals, and we realize, oh, this stuff really works. I'm believing this now. I've been practicing long enough. I'm actually seeing manifestation of it now. I'm seeing results. Good, that's the time to go, yay! Give yourself pats on the back and be grateful, because that gratitude then starts to bring more of it. So we practice now with gratitude. I'm grateful, and now I'm going to do my affirmation from that new place. And the excitement in my voice is what happens. It starts to get really exciting. It's like, oh, okay, I got to practice. To, it works. To, thank you. To, oh, I get to practice. I get to practice this now to remember again. And one last thought about this all. What we often need to do is a whole lot of releasing the barriers to this truth. We're not trying to add more God to us. Impossible. We already have all we need. Often, as we are practicing with our affirmations, we also need to remember, let me release resistance. Let me release the barriers that I perceive to be in my way. That was my meditation this morning. Let me not resist this person. Release the resistance, release the barriers, because the barriers are of our making. And we just need to remind ourselves they don't serve me. I'm going to release, so I'm going to practice, I'm going to learn, I'm going to be grateful, I'm going to release, I'm going to remember again and again and again and again and again. What am I remembering again and again and again? Oneness. Let's close our eyes again. Oneness. In my final prayer, I start with oneness every time. There is only one thing. We can call it God, life, the source, divinity. One energy. And it is right here. It's in my mind, it's in my heart, it's in my body, and it's the same for all of us. Oneness is already our truth. And what I speak my word for all of us this week is that we remember. We remember in the joyful and easy times. We remember in the difficult and challenging times. We remember when we sit down and practice an affirmation or a prayer. We remember when we're ranting and raving. This is what I know for us, that we have the power to choose at any given moment. This is what I know for us. It is our nature to be divine. We already are. This is what I know for us. We are so loved that we could not mess it up. This is what I know for us. We live in a reciprocal universe, and so we choose for ourselves the highest and best, knowing that that invites it in. This is what I know for us, that we can do this right now. Our divine relationship is direct. And so I claim we also release any barriers to that direct relationship. And we remember that all that the Father has is ours. All that we could ever want and need for this beautiful human life is ours. And we remember again and again. And we remember to claim it as our truth. I'm grateful to know this for us, for me, and for all of us. And so with gratitude, I just release this word into that spiritual reciprocal law, knowing that the only thing to do now is to believe it. The law says yes.